Now, this one for me was the sleeper match.
This was another sleeper match. It was very, you want to talk about spot fest.
This was a spot
fest.
This was definitely a spot fest. We'll talk about another one later, but this one, Super Kliq taking on Christian Cage and Jurassic Express, Falls Count Anywhere.
It was still a decent match. It was kind of weird.
I kind of wish. So here's the thing. This was not a street fight. This was Falls Count Anywhere. So the fact that these three were in street clothes made no sense to me.
No, well, they all had matching stuff, and so
but it was Falls Count Anywhere, not
right.
Okay, it should be safe for street fights. I'm sorry, or unsanctioned matches. Those should be the only times when they're wearing I'm just taping up my shit and gonna beat you up.
Cry.
But then you have the Super Kliq just in. They were the pink Kliq. They were all in pink. Even Adam Cole.
Baby.
It wasn't the full pink like the Young Bucks did, but he had the pink accent. It looked good. I will say that. But it was a concerto on Matt Jackson for Jungle Boy to get the revenge and the pin. I thought that was the right choice overall. And I think the Young Bucks can eat the pin without anybody getting hurt, which I think is why they're
right.
All right, Peanut Gallery. I don't know how the fuck we're going to do this, but we're going to somehow figure this out. Let's make this shit majestic again. With this one, I would not have changed a fucking goddamn thing.
Nope. Again, first successful example of long-term storytelling. This is exactly what we needed. I probably would have wished that Kenny Omega wasn't as injured as he is, but hey.
His work, he took a little too much for his workload. He has no one to blame but himself for it. Hopefully he gets the healing, and hopefully we can see a rematch.
Yep.
We most likely will.
Yep.
So let's talk about Now, I love the build-up to this.
The build-up to this has been great. The match itself, it went about as I expected.
I think the right person won. Or I think the right person ate the pin.
Yeah.
But
it went about how I expected it to go. Mm-hmm. It's a comedy match. I didn't have the highest expectations for it.
I probably would have switched the Falls Count Anywhere in this match within the card, and it probably would have been a little more impactful for me personally.
I like the touches they did with the Minnesota-based inventions that they...
Yes, so that was another thing that we didn't even talk about was they had a bunch of different Minnesota-based inventions that were weapons.
Toaster. The toaster was invented in Minneapolis. Hockey stick. Hockey's a big part of Minnesota culture. You got, let's see, what else? Oil barrels, big part of Minnesota culture. You got, they just did those little tiny things that just made sense.
It's something that AEW is really good at.
Yeah.
A lot of great attention to detail. Also, I know that Dan Lambert is not a wrestler. He did not take a lot of bumps, but man, you can tell that this guy has a lot of great passion for this business.
Oh, yeah.
And he's such a great talker. And I loved it that he was in this match. Mm-hmm. He just kind of looked ridiculous, looking like a blueberry.
But that's fine.
I wouldn't have booked this any different. I probably would have started this program earlier.
Yeah.
To really hit home about it. But I feel like they did this one right.
Yeah.
Maybe have this one a no DQ or something like that, and maybe not a pinfall. I probably would have done Eddie Kingston couldn't continue or something.
Or something like that. Something to make him look strong.
Right. Well, he still looked strong in defeat, but I feel like if he was technical knockout, he passed out or he couldn't fight anymore, that probably would have been a lot better than just your standard pinfall.
Yeah.
But that's really about it.
So replace the finish, replace the Miro, Danielson finish with this and switch them around. Right.
Once again, it's one of those things where the marring of Full Gear this year was weird finishes.
Mm-hmm. Ty Conti, she needs a little more work.
This should have been a clean, no ambiguous pinfall.
Yes, it should have been.
Or a submission or a pass out. If you did a pass out here, I would have been okay with it too.
Yeah.
But this whole kick out at the last second, that's Hulk Hogan shit. What are you doing here? That's amateur hour wrestling.
Right.
What are you doing? And also, don't have Britt Baker kick out of the 3 big finishes that Ty Conti uses.
Right.
It almost makes Ty Conti look weak.
Yeah, look like an amateur.
Right. It's why is she here? Why was she going for the title? Okay, yeah, she won a bunch of matches. And she hit 3 big finishes, and she couldn't get the fucking job done.
She couldn't get the job done.
Right. That's what I think. I didn't think that Britt Baker looked strong. She doesn't have to look any stronger. She's Britt Baker. Come on.
just this match needed to just not exist. It was really weird. It was kind of I felt like it was put together at the last minute. I understand the rivalry.
It should not have been here. I'm sorry.
This
shouldn't have been here.
No.
It made no sense.
Yeah.
It started really quick, and it felt like there was no reason for it.
Cody Rhodes just needs to be a heel and just get on with it. Mm-hmm. Jesus.
And I feel like the wrong people won.
Yeah.
Honestly. Legitimately, this just didn't make any sense to me. I did not like it whatsoever.
Right.
Once again, we would have switched the two, but booking-wise, I probably wouldn't have done anything different because people love this match.
Oh, yeah.
So I liked it. I thought it was the right stipulation for the right time.
Yeah.
Just the placement on the card was not the right
and I felt like storyline was a little rushed, too.
Well, this one was...
maybe not as rushed, but it's still, it felt incomplete without Kenny Omega being there.
I can see that. I can totally see that.
It felt a little incomplete.
Right, well, because he was involved with them anyway, so there was no reason for this.
Right.
Miro and Danielson...
Again, there should have been a clean pinfall just so we knew who, just so we had a definitive win.
I don't like this because now we're most likely going to see a triple threat with Miro, and it's like, okay, I understand that they had to put somebody here because Moxley is in rehab.
Right.
I understand that this was a last-minute decision,
and I think that kind of marred a little bit too.
Right, Miro cannot lose right now; he's too strong.
Right.
And if they were going to do this, have Miro win.
Right.
So,
yeah,
there we go. Once again, it's just the finish. The booking was done just right for this entire thing.
And I like how it's now involving AAA as well. And there's a lot of great crossover. But the finish, they did not put those masks on very well. It was very poorly done.
Yeah, it was poorly done. The mask didn't make sense because it was one of the participants in the match.
Right.
And it's like, okay, is this Lucha rules? Is it not? Because we were seeing a lot of people pin other people. And I'm like, okay, who's the legal person? And then all of a sudden, the legalization there is right. Okay, well, you got to say yes or no to that thing. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. So, other than the ending, I probably wouldn't have done anything different. No. I like that FTR beat them for the AAA World Tag Team Champions, and I'm excited for the AAA match.
Right.
In December. I wouldn't have done anything different.
No, this match was done
Not a damn thing different. It was way too good to do anything different. Maybe a different placement on the card, but I did not expect them. I mean, I hate saying this, but I did not expect them to do that well. That was magic.
Yes, 2 of the 4 pillows of AEW.
Did somebody say that?
Yeah, JR said that. He said 2 of the 4 pillows. Instead of pillars, pillows.
Yeah, it's Egyptian down. And then this one, it was a buy-in. It was a tag team match to fill it. There was not really much I would have done different. All right, so Peanut Gallery. What are we doing next?
Well, let's see. Next week, we got Survivor Series, I believe.
No, next week is Turning Point. No, I think both of them are.
Yeah, it's Turning Point and Survivor Series.
It's going to be a really busy weekend.
All right, so we have it's probably not going to be a wrestling lesson and a heckling.
Nope.
But because we got 2 separate brands going. And
also, we're going to one of them live, so that's going to eat up a lot of our time for the day. So we'll probably not do that, but we'll be covering both of those. If you did enjoy this, remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel. Wherever you're listening to this on, we're on all major platforms, YouTube, iTunes, everything. Become a patron.
Right.
We might start watching some of these series and start releasing like a little review series or a watch-along or something like that. So if you're interested, go to the Patreon and check it out. But as always, be
majestic.